What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Mike and Ike at the Movies. This is Mike and Ike, and we're here every week talking about what is new in theaters and Netflix and Redbox, things that you should see and maybe things you should not see. What did we see yesterday, Ike?
Well, we actually drug myself out of the house to go see a kids movie, Mike, and it was Inside Out.
Yes, I was there.
Pixar's newest movie, Inside Out, with the theater full of children.
And I tried to turn that off because sometimes that really tends to frustrate me and takes me out of the movie. But I really tried my best yesterday, sitting next to you. It wasn't you were the problem.
Was I the child? Is that what you're getting at?
No, you were actually.
I think it was that mom 3 or 4 rows back cackling.
It was
constantly.
It was bad.
But
it was bad. So basically, in a nutshell, Inside Out focuses on an 11-year-old girl named Riley who's uprooted out of her Minnesota home by her parents and moved to San Francisco. And being an 11-year-old, she has all these emotions happening, and most of this film takes place in Riley's mind, where the 5 main characters are joy and sadness, fear and anger and disgust, and these 5 characters working in this kind of lab control room are kind of basically controlling all of Riley's thoughts and emotions. So first off, I found this film, out of all the Pixar films, very existential. It hits on a lot of adult themes that little children probably will not understand, but there's a lot of big colors. It is beautifully created. A lot of amazing, a lot of great crisp imagination happening in this film. But the story itself, I think it is more aimed for older kids and adults at the end of the day.
Yeah, I would agree. For me, it was one of the most creative Pixar movies to date. My other 2 were Monsters, Inc. and Up. Just totally original concepts, original ideas, worlds that we haven't really seen before, getting to really have a lot of play with those worlds, which coincidentally, those other 2 movies are all directed by the same people, all 3 movies. Pete Docter directed all 3 of those movies. And they're all very original concepts, original ideas, and so there's so much visual storytelling in all of them that I really enjoyed. So there wasn't a sit-down explanation of how neurons firing in your brain gets to one place or another. You know, she sets a memory into this little compartment and how it moves across and moves, and you kind of just beautifully, visually get to see how this world interacts, how memories interact with long-term memory and dreams and all these different elements. How you why you forget things, and the little guys who are sucking up memories to throwing them away into the abyss. And
it's very creative on all those levels of how our mind works like that. You said Pete Docter directed this one, and you can tell that he also directed Monsters, Inc. because in Monsters, Inc. we go into the closet and we're introduced to an entire world of where the monsters live. Very, very creative. Once again, he has done this again in this. He has letting us see into a whole new world of just what's up inside here right now. Yeah. A very interesting look of what goes on in the human psyche and mind.
And I think you could parallel the memories and the long-term memories compared to the door room. That really wonderful, magical scene where they're running and chasing through the door room and going from one door to the other. And then it's halls and halls of long-term memory. And so trying to make their way through this long-term memory, trying to find their path back to HQ.
There's a lot of fun things in this film. We did find some problems in this film. For me, a problem was when you come out into the real world in this picture, you see Riley, you meet her parents. I found a lot of what's happening in the main world very one-dimensional. Parents are little kind of cardboard cutouts, especially with the actors who are playing them. You get Kyle MacLachlan playing the dad, and Diane Lane is the mom. And if you're going to get some top-notch actors, give them something to do, in my opinion.
For sure.
Well, you had problems.
Yeah, my problem was Bing Bong. There's on their journey trying to restore some personalities that Riley is starting to lose. They come across Bing Bong, which is her childhood imaginary friend. At first, it's a fun concept, a fun idea. Bing Bong is you find him hoarding or stealing memories or whatever he's doing, throwing them into his little magic bag. He's this fun character that's got cotton candy as a belly, and he's an elephant and a cat and
cries
candy. Yeah, but at first he's fun. They need help getting to the train of ideas, and they're trying to head that direction. But then he sticks around, and he stays around with them, and they've created this whole story with him, and even trying to make him a little bit more comic relief that is already a really funny movie. There was a lot of really good humor in this movie, and for me, they just kind of dragged it on with Bing Bong, and then of course going to the end. These are some spoilers, so please, if you haven't seen it, shut it off and come back later. But for me, towards the end, when they fall into this abyss, they actually go down into where memories are forgotten. Bing Bong and Joy both fall down there. There was just a whole part that I felt like you could have skipped. If Bing Bong wasn't there, you wouldn't have had to give him an ending. They make him disappear. I wasn't feeling anything at all.
You had a problem because they had a situation to get around a problem, and another problem arose. You don't like it when they add problems in the third act.
Well, yeah, right? It's like multiple problems. Like you've already established the conflict, and it's like really, are we going down this road again?
I disagree. See, I enjoyed Bing Bong. I enjoyed the extra problem of seeing what's down in the abyss, getting trapped in there. It worked for me. I will admit, this film made me tear up 2 or 3 times. It worked for me that way. Saying goodbye to Bing Bong, and what happens, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, when he eventually fades away down the abyss, that was one of those times.
I was super relieved. Worked. I was relieved. I was like, okay,
you were relieved and I was sad.
Finally, we can move on to the story.
Well, it's because Ike doesn't have a heart. The film was a little long. It could have been cut maybe 10, 15 minutes shorter. Once again, this is a kids' movie. A lot of kids are in the theater. They're going to lose interest.
Well, and eventually. It opened with a Pixar short, so it's like an extra
7 minutes. Yeah. At the end of the day, I give this as I've said, I will say on here, I have 3 favorite Pixar films. I love Toy Story 3, I love WALL-E, I love Up. Inside Out did not change that. It's a pretty good Pixar film. There are definitely far better ones. There are definitely far worse films. At the end of the day, I give Inside Out a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it a 6, almost a 5. But for me, it was enjoyable. I didn't regret going, but I probably wouldn't watch it again. I maybe if my kid wanted to watch it or something, but for me, I don't think he would get through the first 10 minutes of it. So, gotcha. For me, it was a one and done.
Okay. So you want to talk about what's next week?
Oh, yes, next week. So next week on Mike and Ike at the movies, we're actually going to see Jaws this next week. This Wednesday, which is June 24th.
It is coming back to theaters. Please, if you have not seen Jaws, get your butts in the theater and go watch that classic.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Jaws, and then also we're going to do a little segment called What to Binge Watch, where we kind of talk about some things on Netflix and Redbox and some of our favorite things out there that you guys should check out.
So guys, please subscribe on our Facebook page, Mike and Ike the Movies. Follow us on YouTube. We're here every week. Please comment below on both pages. We want to know what you thought of Inside Out. And please even give us some recommendations of films that you've seen that you want us to come in and review on this show, okay? So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, guys.
We got this. We're going to do this again.
Yeah.
We're going to get through this.
You like your hair?
Is my hair okay?
You're good.
All right.
I know I'm okay. That's what's important. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there we go.
You'll get it this time. You'll get it this time.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe in you too. Oh, goodness.